Hello listeners. Welcome back to Storytime FM. Today we will be looking at some r/AskReddit comments. What's criminally overpriced to you? Let's jump right in. Funerals. Here are some more comments I found. Printer ink. Any form of dental work. Why is it so much and not covered by dental insurance? I'm talking about you implants. Fucking therapy man, a decent therapist is hella expensive. College textbooks. They can cost hundreds of dollars, and professors will publish new ones all the time to force students to get the newest version instead of reusing an older one. Let's see what other comments there are. TI-83, TI graphing calculators. Insulin. Dying. It's so expensive to get out of the system. Medications needed to live. Insulin, EpiPens, etc. Here are some more comments I found. Canadian here. It's definitely cost of mobile internet plans. They're ridiculously overpriced and it makes me cry to see prices elsewhere. Housing. Concessions at sporting events in the US. Our taxes pay for the stadiums. Then the public has to buy tickets to get in. Then when we finally get inside, they are gonna charge $14 for a $3 beer. Concert tickets. Ridiculous these days. The scalping bots snatch up all the tickets and it should be illegal. I refuse to pay for most concerts unless it is a once-in-a-lifetime chance and they are in my top 5 band. Let's see what other comments there are. Medical and dental schools. I know some doctors that were only 15 grand in debt a few generations back. But now you can easily get past $150,000. Edit. Don't forget veterinary school. Edit 2. Damn, I can't believe I struck a chord with so many people. Now that I have all of your attention, I just want to say good luck to all you, friends and family included. I hope that y'all can pay your debt and put it behind you. Lastly, to all the medical, veterinary, chiropractic, dental, pharmacology, law, art, and any other schools that charge a ridiculous amount of money. Y'all can kiss it. Health insurance. Any software of the Adobe suite. Edit. Good to see that thousands of people agree. I guess I'll take the opportunity of this post blowing up to recommend alternatives. Photoshop. GIMP, I honestly really don't like it even though I use it a lot. Krita, focused around art. Photoshopia. Online photo editor. Affinity Photo. Haven't tried this one yet. Illustrator. Inkscape, clunky but powerful. Figma, I love it, simple and clean. It also has a desktop app. Affinity Designer. Premiere Pro. Kdenlive. Libre Video Editor. DaVinci Resolve. After Effects. I have no idea. I literally coded my own Audio Spectrum music video encoder using FFmpeg and Node.js because of the lack of alternatives, for my specific use case. Sad face. Though if you're searching for Audio Spectrum videos specifically, I can recommend Visi. Edit 2. Boy, I almost forgot about the alternatives to Adobe PDF Reader. I love PDF. Ocular less than I 100% recommend this one. It's made by the same people who made Krita. Master PDF Editor, the free version is very good already. Zathura, if you're a Linux user and like Vim keybindings, this one's for you. Yes, that's the one I use. My EpiPen, kinda can't really afford to keep getting them. I'll be screwed if I get stung up and I'm a landscaper. Here are some more comments I found. I know everybody is going to give better answers, but for the life of me, I cannot without why suitcases are so expensive. They're just plastic shells, a zip and some wheels, yet they sell for hundreds. Prescription glasses. Rent. Graphics cards. Just outrageous. Let's see what other comments there are. Feminine hygiene products. Absolutely necessary. Always expensive. You do not want to put that off-brand cheap-ass stuff down there. Furniture? $1,500 for an okay-looking couch? No thank you. Living edit. Stop reporting me. I keep getting Reddit cares messages about suicide lol. College, university. Let's look at some more comments. At home COVID tests. In the last few weeks with the Omicron spike they went from $20 to $50 where I live. Like I understand supply and demand is a thing but holy shit. My shitty 1BR apartment in the Bay Area. Fucking salads. Man, it's so frustrating. Sometimes I just want something light and it costs me more than 6 hamburgers. Land, housing. The way the prices keep moving up without ever going down doesn't seem right. Let's see what some other people wrote. Being poor. Glasses. Hell, I didn't choose to be blind as a short-sighted bat. Why do I have to spend a fuckton on a thing that I literally need to function? This concept extends to meds and other indispensable things, but for the sake of the thread it's just glasses. Beef jerky. An ambulance. Let's see what some other people wrote. Housing. Especially if you're a single guy who only comes to sleep at night. Insulin. Education and healthcare. Healthcare. Let's see what some other people wrote. Rent has become unbearable for the average renter and has risen dramatically annually throughout most of the U.S. The ratio of rent to income indicates rent prices are rising at a faster rate than renter incomes. The average renter spends 28.39% of their income on rent. Among female wage earners, the average rent is 30.5% of individual income. In 2012, 22.85% was the average rent as a percentage of household income. That's a 24.25% increase in the rate of rent to income in 8 years, an average annual growth rate of 3.03%. The value of the average wage increases at an annual rate of 3.44%. Rent prices increase 12.5% faster than wages. Printer ink. Groceries. Rent. Gas. Healthcare. Medication. Having a car. Literally everything. Better question would be what's not. Daycare. Let's see what some other people wrote. Maintaining a healthy lifestyle and health in general. Healthcare. For example, there is an right down the road from my apartment complex. I work in an OB/GYN office next to the 7-minute drive. When I moved into the apartment, I got this flyer from the complex that listed information about emergency services. I learned that I can get a 7-minute drive to the in an ambulance for the low cost of over $2,000. I'm pretty sure I'd rather just drive myself. That's what my dad did when he accidentally shot himself while cleaning his gun. That's also why I drove myself half an hour to employee health when I injured my ankle at work. Not to mention how expensive an copay alone can be. $150 for an copay plus $250 per day I'm in the hospital. And that's not including bills for treatment. Edit. Just thought of another thing. If you have insurance and you're an OB patient, you have to pay a contract that could range anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 depending on insurance. They have them pay on contracts in their own time before the due date so they don't have to pay thousands when they go in to deliver. If you're uninsured, that contract is $10,000 even. So imagine being pregnant and dealing with hormones and soreness and nausea and various other annoying or stressful things during your pregnancy plus thousands you have to pay before your due date. And if you don't, then it's added to the rest of your hospital bills. Pizza and soda. I worked at a local Phoenix chain when I was in college, and a large pepperoni was between $10 to $12, if I remember right. The soda was $1.50 for a large or so. After a while, I was promoted to shift supervisor, and got to see the P&L data. Turns out it cost around $1.09 to make a large pepperoni pizza, including ingredients, labor, etc., and a large soda cost the company around 6 cents. Holy crap, that's a huge markup. Outdoor gear. A non-insulated shell jacket should not cost $450. Let's see what other comments there are. Food, utilities. Education. Education is how civilization progresses. It's how individuals rise. It's how inequality and discrimination decrease. It's how a country's economic metrics rise in aggregate. It's how we as a species level up. Education needs to be treated more like a right and public utility, and less like a privilege. Although education costs are probably trending to zero overall with the amount of information available online, countries around the world should be doing even more to provide free, unfettered access to knowledge for the benefit of everyone. Being alive. Medicine. Let's take a look at some other comments. Fucking Pokemon games, man. Bottled water. Existence. Internet service here in the US compared to other countries, same with cell service. Let's see what some other people wrote. Rent in NYC. Especially some studio and one-bedroom apartments. Many of them are excessively small and so severely overpriced it's unreal. Hospital bills in the U.S. Toiletries. Basically any product meant to keep you clean and non-smelling costs a ludicrous amount. We spend so much money on soap, toothpaste, deodorant, etc. Feminine products like pads and tampons, which are a necessity, also cost a lot. Cocaine. Let's take a look at some other comments. Healthcare, medication, and GPUs. Skiing equipment and passes. Honestly? Feels like just about damn near everything these days. Contraception. It can work out super expensive. Let's see what some other people wrote. Health insurance, healthcare, medication, rent, housing, food, the basic necessities to live a comfortable life. Everything in Switzerland. Healthcare in the U.S., including ambulance services. Life itself. Want to give birth in a safe environment with properly trained personnel? Gotta pay for it. Need a shelter so you don't have to live on the streets and be exposed to the elements? Gotta pay for it. Need clothes? Pay for it. Need food? Pay for it. Need clean water to drink? Pay for it. Need clean water to bathe? Pay for it. Need to be healthy? Pay for it. Want to stay healthy? Still gotta pay for it. Need a decent education? Pay for it. Want to drive around so you can work, go to school? Pay for it and keep paying for it. Need to have functional vision, hearing that everyone is supposed to be born with? Pay for it at increasingly higher and higher rates. You get the idea. Just being alive is expensive and it starts the second we're all born. Let's see what other comments there are. Therapy. Anything college, anything wedding related. Just take something, add wedding and multiply it by 4 to 10 times. Trains in the UK. If healthcare is the answer, I know the Redditor is not European. Let's see what other comments there are. It's very easy to spot the Americans in this thread. Legos. I get why, but like $800 to $900? Really? American healthcare. It's the world's biggest scam. Let's see what other comments there are. Shelter. That's all we've got time for today. Join us tomorrow for some more comments. In the meantime, leave a comment with your stories and thoughts below. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed and want to see more. Until next time, listeners.